Welcome back, everybody. It's Two Nerds Are Better Than One. It's me, Ron Deasy, and we got my boy here,
Mr. Awesome.
Mr. Awesome here. I'm gonna take some sour skills real quick. How you been?
I've been good, man. How about you?
I'm hanging in there.
Hanging
Some
in there.
challenges.
What kind of answer is that?
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn on
Some
my
challenge-
arcade machine real quick here.
Yeah. Is that Thor behind you?
Oh yeah.
Chris Hemsworth? Got him. Look like got him
Thor-
hostage.
Thor's always behind me. Yeah, he's a hostage. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's okay with it though.
Oh,
Right, Thor? Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he could get out anytime he wants.
I make him think
So this episode, of course, we're gonna give you some geek news. Or no, we're not geeks, we're nerds. We're gonna give you some nerd news, but we're gonna switch it up. We're gonna get to the nerd news. Well, actually, we're gonna talk about Ahsoka last. We're gonna start this off with
All right.
our childhood cartoons.
That's what we're starting with? Okay.
Back in the 90s. Yeah,
All
the
right.
mid 90s. So
All right.
We're-
First we said it was gonna be top 5. So I think I can figure out 2 more, but to be fair, he said
Let's do-
top 5.
okay, yeah, let's do top 5. We'll make this multiple parts.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Go ahead. Go
I
first.
think I can do 7. No, you go 1st. You want to do
Go ahead.
this?
So remember, guys, this is in no particular order.
Okay,
this is
good.
not ranking.
Good.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if I could order them.
Yeah. Me, I can't either. So no particular order, no ranking, and this is gonna be multiple parts. We're gonna do a part 2. We probably have like 5 parts to this.
Okay.
I got a lot of cartoons. So first one I'm gonna say
Okay.
is Batman animated series.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good
WB.
one.
Yep, that theme music.
It's classic, bro.
Mm-hmm. Do I have a favorite episode? This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put Batman animated series and Batman Beyond together. I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
I'm gonna put them together because I think there's a link between them. Is it the same artist? It looks like the same artist, right? The same creator.
It's the same team, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna put them together. Do I have a favorite episode from the anime series? I think I do have one, and
Okay.
I can't remember the name of it, but I remember Joker actually thought Batman was about to let him die. He wasn't going to kill him, but Joker thought he was falling from like a blimp, and Joker didn't think Batman was going to catch him, but Batman caught him like the last minute.
Okay.
And Joker was actually scared, and Batman started laughing. Or he didn't laugh. He had a smirk on his face, I think. So that's one of the episodes that stick out to me. Or, we'll go back and forth. So
Okay.
that's the first one I'm going to put out there. What's yours?
I mean, I would put Batman animated series in there as well, but since you already did it, I'll definitely do a different one. But I just want to maybe pick one of the episodes that I remember the most is Clayface. I remember that one a lot.
Mm-hmm. When he first appeared?
Yeah, like first appearance Clayface.
He had there was some stuff like some makeup kept on putting on.
Yeah.
Stuff, right? Yeah.
Like he actually knew who the actor was or something like that. I
Right.
remember that.
I remember that.
I like the Gray Ghost one too. That was a good one too. His inspiration for becoming Batman.
I can't remember that episode.
Oh man, yeah, and I think he actually teams up with him at some point too, like his idol, the Gray Ghost.
Wait, this is the guy that had like a top hat, right?
Yeah, and he had the goggles. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I remember now. Okay.
That was a good one too. All right. So for me, Ninja Turtles for sure.
The old school
OG,
one.
Yeah, the old Ninja, the very first Ninja Turtles.
Teenage Mutant Ninja
That
Turtles.
is correct. Yeah.
Okay.
80s Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
I was all over that all the time.
Many toys.
I was a Ninja Turtle for Halloween, like, as a kid, all that stuff. So
I have so many toys of those.
Leonardo was my favorite.
Raphael was my favorite.
Okay.
Any favorite episode?
Ninja Turtles.
or an episode that sticks out that
It's
you like
been
the
so
most?
long since I've seen
Yeah.
that thing. I mean,
The one thing I'll say about Ninja Turtles that I really liked, I think it happened like majority of the episodes, is that when either Bebop or Rocksteady or Shredder got away in that little drill machine, the lava will come up and they'll jump up because like they stepped in it.
well,
That's
that
the
was
thing
one of
that
my favorite ones too. I remember I watched that a lot as a kid. I think I rewatched that one a lot, where they actually go down after the Technodrome. Because
yeah,
it
yeah,
took a
yeah.
while for that to happen, if I remember correctly. It didn't
Right.
happen in the first couple episodes, I don't think. I think it took them a
Mm-hmm.
while to know where to go or something. But it's been so long, don't even quote me on that. It's just been so long. But I used to
Yeah.
watch it all the time when I was a kid.
Yeah. Okay. I will put Ninja Turtles in my. I gotta write that down because I know you. I don't want to repeat. Let's see. I'll put this. Okay. So you said Ninja Turtles, so I can't do that for the next part. Ninja Turtles. Okay. Speaking of Ninja Turtles, did you ever watch that other series of Ninja Turtles where they had a mutation side, like they could evolve into like a bigger turtle?
No. No, I don't think I watched
No,
that one.
I didn't watch
No.
it at all. But my cousin, he's like, "Yo, hey, check this out! Like, this is a new Ninja Turtles, and I think it was on Nickelodeon."
Yeah, Nickelodeon's had
Yeah,
them for a long time.
and he's like, "But when something happens, they mutate into a bigger turtle." I was like, "Oh, okay." And I saw it one time. I was like, "Oh," and they look ugly too.
Mm.
So I was like, "Oh, this is cool." All right, so me. All right, so this is one that I don't think it was very popular. Maybe it was, but I know they made a game out of this too. But I liked it because I thought it was just unique. It's called Biker Mice from
I
Mars.
remember that one.
So
I'll go with a unique one too then, since you did that one.
yeah, so
Because I still remember this one, even though I don't really watch it anymore, because I can't really find
yeah.
it anywhere. But I'll go with one too then, since you're going that route.
So I think the reason why I liked it because even though they're considered mice, I had pet rats at one point.
Uh-huh.
And then I was like at that age, I was fascinated with motorcycles, and
Ah,
yeah, so yeah,
makes sense.
I thought they had like a good like design. There
Mm,
was I can't remember all the name, but I know one of them was Throttle. I think that's the one that had the metal arm.
got it.
And I remember they had a game too. It was like a racing game, almost like a not Super Smash Brothers, Mario Kart,
Okay.
on Super Nintendo. So yeah, there's three mice. One had like glasses. He was the leader. Had like the leather jacket cut off. Then there was like one that kind of act like Michelangelo. There was another one that act like kind of like Raphael, and they had like a woman ally too. But I actually like that cartoon. I think they only had like one season of it.
Okay.
But and I remember back then, like these seasons went for long. They had like
Some of
30
them did,
episodes.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's my second one I'm gonna put out there.
All right, I'll go with my more biker mice from Mars. Like, do you ever hear of SWAT cats?
Yeah, I think I did.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
SWAT Cats is a cool one to me. I just really, again, I really like their design. They looked like
Mm-hmm.
really badass. They had like little gun things on their hands, and of
Yeah.
course, they flew like jet fighters, so it was pretty sick. So I liked that show, even though I couldn't
Okay.
even tell you an episode nowadays, like what it was about. But back then, I mean, you can't even find it. I looked it up. I can't
Mm-hmm.
really find it. So, but yeah, that's one of my favorites. If you want to go a little bit more off the reservation.
Right.
What about next?
I'm gonna go off again.
Okay.
Not a very popular one. Um, so this is my third one, right? Yeah. So this one's called Street Sharks.
Wow.
It was four brothers, and their dad was like a scientist. Do you remember this one?
Yeah, I remember it.
Yeah. So
Wasn't
four
one of my
brothers.
favorites. Neither was Biker Mice from Mars. I don't really like either one of those that much.
Yeah.
But I know of them. Yeah.
Yeah, four brothers. Dad was a scientist. Of course, the dad's partner turned him, and I can't remember because I watched. I think they had like 3 seasons of it. I know they had at least two. I don't think we ever got to see what the dad turned into, but the four brothers they got experimented on, and each of them turned to a different shark. There was a tiger shark. There's a great white.
Yeah, I think I might actually have one of their toys too.
There was a
Because
hammerhead.
the toys look cool.
Yeah, there was
They
a
were sharks.
hammerhead, and I think there was a another shark. I want to say it's a whale shark, but I don't think that was. I don't think it was. But yeah, it was almost like Ninja Turtles because there was like
Yeah.
two. They had two arch enemies, which was like a swordfish and I think a crab or a lobster.
Okay.
But yeah, I really liked it. I thought it was cool because instead of being in the water, they actually swim in the street and they eat metal. They eat almost any. They eat almost anything, which that's what they say. Like sharks really do.
Land
They
shark.
found sharks really eat anything. So but yeah, they dive in the ground. They go right through the concrete, and their fin goes through it. And then they have like a car or they had like a truck or something like that. So I
Okay.
really liked it. So so I like that one.
All right. My turn. I
Mhm.
really enjoyed Tiny Toon Adventures.
Yeah.
I
Yeah. Who
really
did it?
love Tiny Toons.
Yeah. What now? Okay. Yeah. They were still the Looney Tunes, but they're just like a
Well, Looney Tunes were kind of in it every once in a while because they were
uh huh.
like the ones teaching them how to be like
Okay, that's what I was about to say. I was like, I can't
tunes.
remember if these were like new
Yeah,
characters or if they were a younger version of
I think it
themselves.
was because I think they went to Acme University or something like that.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
But yeah, I liked that one a lot. That was fun. I like that one.
Let's see. So I said Batman. Okay, so I'm on number 4. Okay, so this one, I remember I discovered this one by accident, and I think this one only came on. It came on in the morning, but this one was called, and I think there's different versions of it. So this one's called Ronin Warriors. I don't know if you've ever seen this one,
Yeah, I have. I don't think there's different versions of it though. I think it's just that.
or maybe there's like a Japanese version and an American version, and
Probably the same thing. Yeah, they're probably
yeah, and
just subbed and
the
dubbed.
title different, yeah.
Yeah, because I
But
think
yeah,
Ronin Warriors was on Toonami.
I think, and I saw it before it got on Toonami.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this one was cool because five guys, five ninjas, and they could call upon some samurai armor,
Yeah,
and they each had their own element.
they were cool. Yeah.
Yeah, and one guy had a pet tiger, a white tiger. Um yeah, it was a lot. It was cool fighting. And I remember I liked, I think I liked the first beginning episodes when the leader, I forget his name, he was finding every member, and one was like in a river, one was in an iceberg. I remember he went to go find all of them, and I remember like the first like 7 episodes I really enjoyed. And then I remember one of the bad guys eventually turned good, or eventually took on the mantle of like the sensei or something like that. But yeah, that was, I really enjoyed. I had one of their toys too, where you take the pieces off each armor and put it back on. Then you eventually lose the pieces. Yeah.
Yeah, I know of that one. I barely remember that one anymore either, but I remember liking it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. I know what you're talking about. Let's see, Transformers. So I'm just gonna go with that for sure.
Which
I,
one?
I didn't the original.
Okay.
Original Transformers. There was GI Joe and Transformers. They were like
Transformers,
back to back.
robots in disguise.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
and I really didn't care that much about GI Joe. I was never that interested in it, but I
Me
always
either.
watched Transformers though.
Yeah.
I love Transformers. Then GI Joe came on. I was like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah. Okay.
Definitely love Transformers.
Let's see. I'm gonna go to a one that is like a guilty pleasure. Um
I would have thought Street Sharks would have been a guilty pleasure.
this one is kind of like I don't know if it's probably like just as bad, or I won't say just bad, but not popular. But this one's called Mummies Alive. And this kid, no, you know what? No, I'm not gonna go with Mummies Alive
No.
because yeah, I really I liked it, but I'm not gonna put it on my list. I'm
Okay.
gonna go with Mighty Max. That's what I'm gonna go with. Do you remember Mighty Max?
I do.
The kid that had a magical hat and
Yeah.
he could go through portals. And I can't remember if he went like through time or he just had a portal. He could go to different places. And he had an owl companion. And
I'm
he
pretty
had
sure
like
he went to like different worlds. Because
yeah,
like some of the places he went were like
dimensions or something like that.
way weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly. It's
So
been a long time. But I remember the toys too. Mighty Max is a big toy, I thought.
yeah. So I like that one.
Okay.
I remember the brute guy that was his ally. I think he ended up being Thor. Like he just changed his name or something like that.
Hmm.
I think his name was Norman. And then he had the owl. I forgot the owl's name. But yeah, Mighty Max.
Okay. A big one that I loved, and I still watch to this day. I find old episodes of it is the Tick.
Ah!
The Tick is so good, man,
Spoon!
dude. As an
Yes.
adult, it's even better than as a child. He's so stupid.
Yeah.
He's great, man. I love the Tick. That's actually one of my favorite ones, and like almost every episode is just ridiculously funny.
Yeah.
It's pretty great. And yeah,
Did
Spoon
you
is one of my favorite episodes. And there's so
did
much
you
crazy crap that goes on in that episode too, man. You got the crazy like Swiss that are going on, little wooden boys in the same episode. It's all the classics that are in that episode, man. The Spoon episode, so good.
I remember playing the game, and I remember I tried to watch the live action. I think that was
It's not
Amazon
bad. I
Prime.
watched it. Yeah, it's
Was it
pretty
Amazon?
funny. Yeah,
Okay.
but it's
Yeah.
not as good as the cartoon.
Yeah.
I don't think you could ever beat the cartoon. It's just too
Never.
like I said. I mean, Deflator Mouse is great in that too.
Mhm.
He's so he's always sitting on the girls, and oh man, there were so many great characters in that show. So I'll go with the Tick. That's definitely still one of my favorites, like to this day, to watch every once in a while.
All right, so that is our top 5, part 1 of our childhood cartoons. And I think the next time we do a podcast, we're gonna do top 5 TV shows.
Okay.
We're gonna switch it up. But
I want to give an honorable mention to Freakazoid.
Freakazoid.
Yeah. Freaking me, freaking you.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Freakazoid was cool.
And you know what? I'm gonna go give an honorable mention too. On the same network, Animaniacs.
Yeah. If I didn't pick Freakazoid, I'd pick Animaniacs. Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, you guys tell us what your top 5 are. I'm interested because I know there's so much out there. And tell me if you guys remember our picks. SWAT Cat. It was a SWAT Cat.
SWAT Cats.
Yeah, SWAT Cats. Let me know if you guys ever heard that one.
Their design is really cool. When you look them up, you're gonna be like, man, they look pretty badass.
Yeah. So yeah, give us your list. So rolling right along, we're gonna go into the much anticipated show for Star Wars, Ahsoka. And
did you watch all 3?
I watched all 3.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
So we're both on the same page here. Right.
I don't remember the episodes. I know the last episode is called Time to Fly.
You don't remember the episodes?
I don't know what the title is called.
Oh, the titles. Okay.
Yeah. So I know the last episode 3, is called Time to Fly. I can't remember what the first 2 are.
Toil and Trouble, I know is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, I know them all. Master and Apprentice.
Yeah, there we go.
Toil and Trouble, and then Time to Fly.
Yeah, so Ahsoka, we got Rosario Dawson back.
Mm-hmm.
And to give you guys some insight, if you guys don't know Ahsoka, it's on Disney Plus. Ahsoka was first introduced in the Clone Wars.
Mm-hmm.
She was Anakin's Padawan, and she probably has one of the greatest, probably top 3 greatest arcs. Because nobody, from what I hear, majority of people didn't like her when she first appeared,
including my wife.
Yeah, but she turned around and she made everybody like her, and she's probably one of the most favorable characters from the Clone Wars, and now into the live adaptation from it. And I thought she was all right. I thought, she's young, so she's gonna do stupid stuff, So I give her a pass. I didn't really hate her. I was just like, she's
like the brats.
The what?
You like the brats.
The breast?
The brats.
Oh, the brats? Yeah. You're right. You know what? You're right.
Dude, you like the brats. You like the babies.
I do.
You do. So it doesn't surprise anyone but that you liked it from the beginning.
So Ahsoka, so after the Clone Wars, she was, so Clone Wars stopped at season 6, right? Then they said that season 7 is coming out in 2021 or 2020?
I don't remember anymore. I just remember that they finished off the whole season, and it showed one of the last episode was showing Order 66 happening in her purview. You know,
Yeah,
um,
but what I'm saying is that like they did the Clone Wars series, right?
yes,
And it stopped, I believe, at season 6. And then like years later,
yeah, they did a new episode, a new
then they did a
season.
new season. Yeah.
Yes, and that season
And
though, I'm pretty sure is the one where it shows Order
yeah, Order
66
66
happening.
from her, and then that's when they introduced the Bad Batch also.
Yeah.
And then for you guys who don't know, Ahsoka, she was part of the Jedi Order, and then she got framed. And I forgot if she got framed of killing somebody or something.
I thought it was some sort of bombing thing or something like that.
Yeah. And then she was trying to, nobody would believe her, and then she actually proved herself. Actually, Anakin helped her prove her innocence, but then she was like, it was too late. She's like, yeah, the Jedi Order is not what I thought it was, and I'm out of it.
Was it in the
And
other
so,
Padawan Framer?
Barris Offee or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right. That's what I thought.
because she, and what's interesting. I know I'm going off right now, is that a lot of people, actually, just the Star Wars universe, it says this a lot. And you can kind of actually compare it to everything. Like the good guys are not really the good guys as they think as they portray to be.
Mm.
You know, because Barris Offee was the one that framed Ahsoka.
Mm-hmm.
She was a Jedi too, but then when she turned, she's like, yeah, I turned because of this. You guys think you guys are all great, but you guys are really blinded and blah 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 blah.
Kind of the Dooku syndrome.
Yep, the Dooku.
Yeah.
And then what's his name? Luke from the sequels. He's like the same way. He's like, oh, the Jedi, they try to interfere in everything. They want to jump into it. And one of the things that they should have put in the movie Episode 7, The Last Jedi, was a deleted scene. How he was like teaching Rey like the 3 lessons, and one of them was like, yeah, don't just jump into something without knowing like the whole thing. And I thought that was a very important thing, because he was saying that's what the Jedi's used to do. Like they just jump into something without even knowing like the whole content of like the situation or context of the situation. And then you hear that in Rebels too. I forgot who that guy that who was supposedly like the gray Jedi, or he's not the light side, he's not the dark side, he's in the middle, he's like the gray side.
You talking the one who's like in a part of their crew?
No. He's like, he looks like a bull, and he's huge, and he's like in the last season.
Oh, Bindo or whatever, the huge, like,
yeah,
it was like a monster type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't taking anyone's side. He just wanted them off their planet.
Yeah,
or off his planet.
And he was explaining,
it's Bindo
like,
or something like that.
And he was explaining how, like, yeah, like Norton, I understand. He's like, I'm in the middle. I don't want to be part of it because there's always conflict and this and that. But anyways, I digress. That's what Ahsoka was kind of saying. Like, yeah, I'm not no Jedi, and she makes it clear, even when she makes appearance in Rebels and in Mandalorian. She's like, I'm not a Jedi. Like, stop calling me that. And she even changed her lightsaber. She has like they're either grayish or white lightsabers now. Yeah. But anyways, she got, like I said, she got reintroduced in live action in Mandalorian season 2, where she's tracking this one girl. Is it Morgan?
Morgan Elsbeth, yeah.
Yeah.
And this before this too, she's also introduced in Star Wars Rebels, which is basically what this is going off of.
Correct.
She was the leader of she was like the leader of Rebels group. Her name was Fulcrum.
Mm-hmm.
And she was kind of like this secret leader that was leaking information to people to start like secret, missions and stuff. After whatever happened with the Emperor, right? Or after Order 66, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. And then this takes place after Luke blows up, the Death Star and everything. That's when this takes place, right?
This is between 3 and 4?
No, this is
between 4 and 5?
Yeah, this is between 4 and 5.
Is it? I think so. Yeah.
No. This is between,
or is it before 4?
6 and 7.
No.
I'm pretty sure Ahsoka is. Right?
Ahsoka?
Because the Jedi, because the New Republic has taken over.
Maybe you're
So
right.
yeah,
Okay,
I'm right.
okay. Rebels is based between
Yeah,
either 4 or
Rebels
5.
is between
Yeah.
Order 66 and yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So
So you might be right.
Rebels
Yeah.
takes place between 3 and 4, and the new series Ahsoka is now jumped pretty far, and that's between episodes 6 and 7.
You're right. You're right because they do mention like years has gone by and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So yeah, Ahsoka's tracking down this Morrigan who's supposed to be like a follower of Thrawn, who's from Rebels,
Mm-hmm.
who's supposed to be a master genius. I forget what his race is called, but he's like a master strategic person. And the reason why Thrawn is so unique is because he's the only non-human, he's one of the only non-human people that have got a Grand Admiral title.
Mm-hmm.
He's like the only one because of he's like 4 steps ahead of like his enemies. So yeah, Ahsoka knows that, or she hears rumors that Thrawn's coming back, and so she's trying to prevent that from happening. So the first 3 episodes, I don't want to go through all of them one by one. I just want to probably touch like key points.
No, just give me your your opinion on them.
Yeah, I think it's good. I think it's good. It's like a reunion besides Zeb,
Mm.
but I'm pretty sure Zeb probably make appearance in here. First episode was cool. I'm still not sure if that's an Inquisitor or not. The one with the spinning
Yeah, Marak.
lightsaber.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the Inquisitors, they usually have, they're either called brother whatever or sister something. They're like first brother or second
Yeah.
sister.
That is what they're.
But this guy has a, you say his name is Barack?
Marak. Yeah.
Marak, yeah. So
Or Merrick,
but
something like that.
he has the spinning lightsaber that all the Inquisitors have.
Yeah, I would assume he's an Inquisitor.
Yeah. Which
Well, let's go through. We don't have to go through every point, but let's go episode to episode.
Okay.
Tell me what you think. So tell me what you thought about episode 1.
Okay, episode 1 was cool. I hope they explain how did Ahsoka, maybe I missed it. How did Ahsoka know where to go to find that map? Or why was that map even made?
Right.
That's what I think I missed.
Okay.
Did they explain that?
I mean, I don't know why the map was made, but I'm pretty sure she got it out of probably torturing Morgan Elsbeth.
Yeah. Yeah, so again, like, why was it made and why was it put there?
Yeah.
You know?
Now, why was it made? I have a theory, but I'll do that. Remind me about that when we get to episode 3, because that's when I actually would like to reveal it. So
I think I can't remember if this was the opening singer or not, but the Master and Apprentice.
Yeah.
What are their names again?
Their name is Balin Skull and what was it? Shitohani, something like that.
So this was
Shin Hati.
This was a nice like callback from like episode 1, Phantom Menace, when Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan first appeared, boarding the ship.
Yep.
And then they also try to resemble Rogue One with the corridor scene with Darth Vader. Didn't do it as well. Didn't do it as good. Not even close. But it was still cool to see.
Yeah.
And you could tell like these aren't your normal or average looking Sith. You can kind of tell they're probably just like a dark side.
Yeah, I don't think they're either. I think that they're Force users that are mercenaries.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
I honestly think that's what they are. Mercs that use the Force.
And you know the guy, he I think they said
Balin?
I think they said in the next episode that he used to be a Jedi.
Or at least he used to be at the temple. Yeah.
Right. So we see Sabine got her hair grown out, and we find out that she used to train under Ahsoka. I guess.
Okay, before we move on to the next scene.
Yeah, go ahead.
there are some parts in Ahsoka so far that you've gone through that I like and some that I don't like. I think the show's 50-50 right now to me. There are some stuff that's really stupid and there's some
Mm-hmm.
stuff that's really good. Um I like when she's in the temple and she's kind of solving all the puzzles,
Right.
even though it went kind of slow and people were kind of complaining about that the whole show
It
kind
did
of
go
moves
slow.
slow.
Yeah.
And they're probably doing that on purpose because of the Nielsen ratings, which I need to look more into. But I think it's basically the longer someone watches a show, the better its ratings are, or something, because of the Nielsen ratings. I guess that's why
Mm.
everything's moving a little slower, from what I've
Mm-hmm.
heard. And you can credit um, kind of Nerdrotic. I've been listening to them a lot, so I just want to give them
Mm-hmm.
some shout outs that they've been talking about that. They're pretty negative about the show. So I'm not that way. I like looking at the good and the bad, and there's some stuff that they're mocking just to mock it, and then there's other stuff that they make really good points on.
Mm-hmm.
But I like that part where she's solving the puzzles. It actually kind of made me feel like I was watching a video game, which didn't really bother me that much. It was kind of cool. What I didn't like is when those two showed up and they had the codes, the guy was a complete idiot and said, "Yeah, I want to see these Jedi. Let them on the ship." Dude, you should have blew that shit up. Should have blew that ship up. They didn't have a shot in hell of getting away.
Right.
Why would you even chance it? It just didn't make any sense to me. So that part bothered me a lot. Now, when they got
Mm-hmm.
inside and wrecked everyone, it was cool. It looked cool.
Yeah.
It did. But it could have been completely avoided.
Right.
Like, you got these people with hella old Jedi codes, right? And they haven't been seen for years. Why are they just showing up when you got, like, probably one of the most wanted criminals now on your ship?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that's weird? You know? I was just blowing it up. So I thought that was stupid.
Arrogance. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. It's not believable. So that part I didn't like. But again, I liked the part with the map and everything. I
Mm-hmm.
did not like the part though where they announced that they were going to blow themselves up. They're like, well, we're initiate self-destruct sequence. She,
Oh yeah.
why would you tell her?
Well,
Why
and
would
there
you
was only
just-
what? There was only like 3 droids, 3
Yeah.
or 2. That was a
Right.
big ass explosion.
Well, apparently the whole place is rigged to blow.
Oh, okay.
I would think, because that's actually a place that was like a Night Sisters temple.
Okay.
So if that map got taken, that it was going to get blown up. That's
Mhm.
basically what it is. From what I interpreted from it anyway, it seemed like
Okay.
that. So like as soon as they blew, the whole place was going to blow. But they
Okay.
didn't have to be like initiating self-destruct.
Right.
Could have just had this thing come out and and she had time to maybe get away.
Right.
So that stuff bothered me, but again, I liked some of the parts again. But keep going on. So we'll go to Sabine Wren. What'd you think of that part?
I don't know. Her from the show, and they'll probably explain this. Her from the Rebel show.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, you know what? No, I take that back, because she was kind of rebellious on the Rebel show. She was probably one of the most rebellious ones.
Sure, she was.
Yeah. So her like not being at the ceremony, I was like, okay. I didn't feel that at first, but then
Yeah, I don't either.
yeah, okay, cool. Okay, cool.
I enjoyed
yeah.
I enjoyed the metal music though that was playing. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. So that was cool.
So let me ask you this, because I want to have a talk about this too. Like we complain about like, that was so dumb, right? That she left the thing and didn't show her respect for what the celebration of what happened, right?
Mhm.
It's kind of foolish just to leave just to make a statement, right?
Right.
What would you do differently to introduce Sabine Wren?
That's a good question.
Because I definitely wouldn't have shown her being just a complete, basically a dick.
Yeah.
In the beginning of the show. Like, is that really what you want to show off of your main character? Like, you can show that she's still thinking about Ezra, but you can do it in a different way.
Mhm.
Instead of just showing her being a jerk, basically. Like, what would you do?
That's a good question. I don't know. I have to think about it. I probably have to watch it again and see, like, actually pay attention to the setting and who those people meant to her. Because the only person I remember that was there was was Hera even there? Or
No.
Hera wasn't there. No. It was some people I didn't even know. I don't even recognize. I gotta think about that. I don't know who those people were. I actually forget what they're celebrating about.
Well, they're
So I have to,
celebrating the defeat, I think, of whatever happened in Rebels, where Thrawn got taken away, and they
yeah.
won.
I gotta think differently. Yeah.
I know that the one guy
think
was,
differently.
I think, the mayor of Lothal at the time. I think.
So was this like an annual thing?
No, I think this is like a anniversary or something like
Oh,
that.
okay, yeah.
That's all
I don't know.
I was thinking about it a little bit. I was like, I mean, maybe you could just show her like, in her place, right? And maybe just doing, especially since she's supposed to do star map stuff later, right? Like doing some star map stuff or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then, later on looking at the message from Ezra or something like that, maybe. I mean, or maybe showing her do something heroic, and then after her mission, coming back to the thing, and again showing like something with Ezra, because I get you have to show that. I understand that she has to have
Right
to show that she's missing him in some way. I get that, but you didn't have to do it in that way. It really annoyed me, to be honest. Like, this scene is pointless.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, whatever.
Yeah. The episode 1, did that one end with her unlocking the key or the map?
It ended with her losing to Shin.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, and that was like some foreshadowing there too, because Shin, the way she found Sabine was almost the same way that Darth Maul found Qui-Gon. How she landed on the planet, she sent the little probe droids out, and they came back. It was almost like the same setting. It was like foreshadowing. So we're like, oh, is Shin gonna die? we see this happen before.
Right.
So but yeah, I don't know. I was gonna focus on Sheen for a second. I don't know if I like her or not, or if because she's quiet,
Yeah.
almost how like Darth Maul was. She's quiet, few words.
Yeah, takes orders.
Yeah, takes orders. Doesn't really. I think she didn't question something until like the next episode. But yeah, she seems like a skilled fighter. Because she did beat. Well, no, she had a. Did Sabine had a disadvantage? Yeah, because it was her. It was Sheen in the droid robot, right?
Nah, there was no disadvantage. It was her. They went 1-on-1 with each other, and Sabine lost. So
okay, yeah.
I do like too that they don't make her very apt in the Force, because she shouldn't be. So I'm glad they didn't make her like have a bunch of Jedi skills and stuff like that. Like,
talking about Sabine?
Yeah.
Yeah, she didn't finish her training at all. Yeah.
Yeah. So I like that they did that. Some people don't like that she can even use the Force at all, which, to be honest, you haven't even shown that you can. I just hope they don't make her like fucking all of a sudden she's OP.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
don't make her like Rey.
Yeah. Make her use her more Mandalorian skills combined with some Jedi skills. You know what I mean? That would make her very formidable. Because she's probably, I mean, if Mandalorians could fight Jedi 1-on-1.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We've seen it multiple times. Yeah.
Yes, seen it multiple times. So it's not like she can't hold her own with just her Mandalorian skills, but to also add Jedi skills to them, even minor ones, would give her an advantage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I hope they go that route. That's about it. And also, speaking of Qui-Gon, how come when Qui-Gon got hit with a stab with a lightsaber through his abdomen, he died, and Sabine's like healed in a day?
Yeah. Well, to be devil's advocate, his was like straight on in the middle. Hers was off to the side, so
yeah,
she
but
probably
it's
lost
still like melting your insides, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. It's okay. Like, it didn't bother me too much, but I do find it interesting at the same time.
Right.
You know, we would twist the rules when it's convenient. And some people are just saying like, oh well, you know, it's better technology now. Like, dude, it's been 10 years. Or 20 years. It's not like it's been like 1,000 years. You know what I'm saying?
You know, and with you saying that, the same thing happened to Kylo Ren when the last movie, Rise of Skywalker,
Mm-hmm.
Rey stabbed him in the stomach too.
Well, Rhea
Well, it was off to the
got
side too.
hit too. Rhea got hit in the side, and then I think Rhea tried to kill the Inquisitor. The same thing. They all came back.
Right.
So yeah, lightsabers apparently aren't as effective as they used to be.
Right.
But you're right. It's a little bit to the side. I'll give you that.
Yeah. So missing the vital organs.
So what
And
about
then we
episode
go
2?
episode 2. So we get Hera and oh, did we get Morgan? Oh, in this episode we find out that Morgan like is a night sister.
That was cool. That did not bother me at all. I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's believable, you know.
Yeah.
I think it's believable.
Yeah.
I was just saying, you know, most night sisters are pale. You know, they yeah, they have some type of makeup. They don't look like humanoid, or they're not humanoid, but they don't look like just a regular human race. They're more pale.
Well, she mentioned survival, you know.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to change to, you know, to survive. I can believe that. You have to kind of do things to hide your identity, you know.
Yeah. And you know what? After saying that, I could kind of see Morgan as if she goes like full blown night sister.
Mm-hmm.
I think she'll definitely pass for it. You know, and I think she has some makeup too, right? Then
kind of looked like it to
makeup.
Me. Yeah, a
like
little bit.
It was somewhere like her hairline or somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere on her forehead or something. Yeah.
So yeah, we find out that Hera and Ahsoka go to Corellia.
Yeah.
Corellia. Yeah, I don't know I'm mispronouncing it, but that's where they found out that the droid is made from.
Yeah, and how do they find that out? For some reason, no reason at all, there's a droid just hanging out where
how come it didn't escape
at the scene
yet?
of the crime? Just hanging out. They already got it. By the way, in the first episode, we didn't mention this, but they get the key that they took, and they destroy everything. So they have what they want. They destroyed all the evidence. They're clean and free. They're free and clear. But they're gone. There's no way to track them. But one, for some reason, just stays.
The only thing I can think about is that that droid knows that Sabine is still alive, so he's hoping that she'll come back and he'll finish the job.
Just because that's the only thing. Saw it, because she saw the map.
That's the only thing I can think of.
I like that. All right, I'll take that.
Yeah,
I'll take that.
But yeah,
this is why I want to talk about it. Like, I can't think of everything, right? Because I was like, why the hell is he there?
Right.
And then Ahsoka's like, I was hoping he'd still be here. Like, okay.
Yeah. Whatever. So they go to Corellia. They go to this factory, and they're asking questions with this guy, and the guy already looks suspicious. You know, he's just shooting down everything. All their
theories. Do you think
theories.
he was actually a bad guy though, or do you think he was just dumb?
I think he was a bad guy. Yeah.
Okay, I think he was just dumb. I actually don't think he was a bad guy. I think a lot of people were doing bad things around him, and he just didn't notice it because he didn't care. But I don't think he actually was involved with it.
I thought he was, because he played it off until the other people start shooting at them, and then when he was like trying to get away, that's when I was like, oh, you're a part of it too.
Right.
That's what made me think. I maybe I have to watch it again. But I thought that's why I felt like, okay, yeah, you were part of it also.
And people have different opinions about this, though. We're not the only ones.
Right.
So, yeah. But how'd you like the announcing that they're gonna attack for the Empire?
Right. Yeah, that was stupid. That was stupid. I could have they could have cut that scene out and it would have made that whole interaction better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like this. I like the dogfight though in the air a little bit, where Chopper's showing a lot of crazy personality, and
people are saying that he's like a psychotic droid. Like he's mentally unstable.
He's definitely mentally unstable for sure.
And then when you watch the Rebel season, you're like, yeah, he actually is. He does a lot of stuff. Yeah, he blew
up like an entire ship or something like that.
Yeah, he does a lot of crazy stuff.
So, but I like the tracker scene. That was cool. But yeah, I didn't like the whole, I'm announcing that I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah. No, what was I about to say? I forgot the ship because I love ships.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna ask what your opinion was.
Or the Phantom.
Ships.
I can't remember which one is which. I think it's the Phantom. Because I know the one that Harold was in, that one actually docks into the bigger ship.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
Because they didn't get the one, they didn't get that one till later. Like they found that one, or they hijacked it, and they like somehow connect. So I wonder where their other ship is at, the main ship.
Is that the Ghost? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, so I think the bigger one is Ghost, and the one that we saw is called the Phantom.
And that's not the ship that that Ahsoka uses, right? She doesn't fly the
No,
Ghost, right? Okay.
no, she has, but that's not her main ship.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
So that was a cool little dog fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I like it.
And I didn't mind the lightsaber fight down below. That didn't bother me. It bothered some people. I thought it moved fine. Some people thought it moved a little slower. Not enough where it bothered me. I thought it was kind of interesting and exciting. And I actually really liked the part where she dodged the thing. I thought that was cool. I actually was like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, and I said that too. Like when he threw it, I was like, "Okay, it's coming back."
Yeah.
When is and how I want to know how they're gonna do it. And sure enough, she's like, "Yeah,
yeah,
that's an old trick."
That didn't bother me. I thought that was pretty cool. Some people are like, "Well, what if he just turned it?" I'm like, "Well, maybe she would have just jumped,
or just ducked."
Yeah, either way, maybe they should have just turned it just to shut people up.
I will say, I think the lightsaber, and somebody I saw this way before Ahsoka came out. They're comparing the prequels with the sequels, the lightsaber battles, and they're saying the prequels are a lot faster.
Oh, dude, yeah, 100%. The closest you can even come to the prequel fight is Luke and Vader. They kind of go at it a little bit, in Empire, not in Return of the Jedi. They don't have that good of a fight in Return of the Jedi. To be honest, it's more talking than anything else.
Yeah.
The best fight is probably Empire, and it's because he lays one on him.
Yeah.
Real good, and they're like kind of going at it good.
Oh!
Yeah, exactly, right? And he gets pissed. But then the best part about that Empire fight too is because Luke really doesn't really know about the Jedis and what they're really capable of. Mm-hmm. He's been around Yoda, who kind of takes it easy on him. Just shows him that I can lift a ship, and that's it. Vader shows him what you can really do, and he just starts throwing shit at him left and right. And all Luke can do is just throw his lightsaber. He can't deflect or anything. So you really start to see in that Empire fight the difference between someone who's learning the Force and a real Jedi or a Sith Lord, which is so cool to me. But that's probably the closest thing you can come to a prequel fight. But dude, the Darth Maul fight is still like my favorite fight.
Yes, like, hands down. Yes,
it's so fast.
Going back to the OG movies, have you seen that fan-made fight scene with Vader and Obi-Wan from Episode 4?
No, I haven't.
No.
All
right, you gotta watch it after this. So somebody did a deep cut when doing editing. Mm-hmm. So somebody the scene between Darth Vader and Obi-Wan, you know how dull it is, right? It's just like one.
Oh, I think I know what you are talking about in Episode 4.
Yeah. So somebody made it extra, put some more scenes in there to where it's more fast paced.
Yeah, I think I did.
More,
yeah. Okay.
So I just want to mention that. But yeah, so I would say the Ahsoka fight, I did feel like it was kind of slower.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
I just feel like she was more precise.
I can't.
It's just robots. They're scrubs.
Yeah, I can't remember. No, well, against Morok.
Oh, yeah. I guess that was a little slow.
And I can't even remember the Jedi lightsaber battles in Obi-Wan series. I have to look at that again. But well, you know what? I think the last battle was.
You got to go back and watch Obi-Wan again.
No, I'm just gonna watch the last battle between Obi and Vader.
You want to watch him run around a laser field? That was like that he could have just went around, just shot it out instead.
But yeah, I think it was slower. And I hope they pick it up.
I don't think they will. Well, we'll see. The big battle is going to be between Baylan and her, so we'll see.
Right.
That's the one that everyone wants to see. The one where he's talking about in the video, like Anakin spoke highly of her.
Yeah.
Even I wanted. I mean, to be honest, I wanted to see this whole series. I was pretty happy that it was coming out, but it's
Mm-hmm.
50-50 for me right now. You know,
Right.
there are some good parts and some not so good parts. Which I just wish they would, yeah, speed up the fighting a little bit, not let really dumb stuff happen for
Right.
no reason. But
So,
yeah,
episode 3.
okay,
What happens in episode 3? Only thing I can remember is that, oh yeah, her and Sabine Sabine goes like, yeah, okay, I'll come back. She cuts her hair. She tells Ahsoka, I'm ready. Because in those 2 episodes, I think I can't remember. Yeah, in those 2 episodes, you find out that Sabine, or I guess Ahsoka, stopped training her because she wasn't ready. And Hera's like trying to convince her, oh, give her time. I'm pretty sure you were the same way. They did the same thing with Obi-Wan with Yoda
I
and,
like that Hu Yang, the
and Luke.
robot, just keeps telling her, "Yeah, you're pretty terrible.
Yeah, you're the worst one I've seen so far
you're
in
not
all these years.
you're not very good."
um, but then I think I forget what happens, but Sabine like just has a moment. She's like, okay, I gotta stop playing around. Cuts her hair. She meets Ahsoka. She's like, I'm ready. And then they do a little fighting thing. I thought that was pretty cool. Putting the shield over the eyes,
Yeah, the
like
training
how.
and stuff.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I like that too. And they're doing like these step by step like training instructions,
Mm-hmm.
like basic stances,
Yeah.
which was cool.
So they go into, I guess they get coordinates, and they find. Oh yeah, they track that ship that they did in episode 2, and then what's the apprentice name? Sheen, is it Sheen? No, yeah, Sheen.
Yeah, Shin.
Yeah, Shin. Her fighters, her and Morak shoot down Ahsoka's ship, and they go down to this planet that's right next to this. What they call it? A time warp? I forget what it's called.
Well, it looks like a huge hyperdrive ring.
Looks like
Is what it looks
a
like.
Stargate.
Yeah. Well, it's like
But yeah,
what they
hyperdrive
used
ring.
in Clone Wars.
Episode 2.
Yeah, they go through the what is it? Hyperspace ring? Is that what they call them?
Yeah, something like that. But it connects to the ship,
Yeah.
so I can take it to light speed. But yeah,
Right.
they find that they get shot down, and they go to this planet that's right next to it, and you see those. I forgot what they're called, but you see those whales that you see from Rebels that took Thrawn and Ezra out
Yeah.
to another galaxy, right?
Yeah, they're called Purgle.
Mm-hmm. And so they see them, they outmaneuver Shin and Morak, and they land on that planet. I think it cuts there, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that you have anything to say about that episode? Anything interesting happen? Or do you?
Remind me.
All right. Well, I'll give you my opinion on the episode. So, I did like the trading part. It was really cool. I enjoyed that. I liked the no visor thing to kind of take her to the next level a little bit. Because at the end, she starts to kind of get it just a little bit. You know, she actually figures out where the stick was behind her.
Yeah.
It took a while, but she figured it out. Again, I don't mind that. I like that she sucks. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So that was cool. I like that she's not getting it that fast. She's got to learn it slow. And then there's a part where they shoot down the ship, right? And Ahsoka, and they're having this whole scene where
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So I didn't
Wasn't
mind
believable.
that. Yeah, I didn't. I don't know why. It's not that it's a bad like scene, like the in theory. It's just the way they acted it wasn't very good. Like when she shot her down, she's like, "Great job," and then they go to the next scene. But really, man, the big one was when Ahsoka came out on the ship. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Instead of just shooting the ship, they shoot directly at Ahsoka.
Right. It's almost like
why?
It's almost like in the movie the Rise of Skywalker when Kylo Ren is like chasing out the Rey.
Yeah.
It's like why didn't you just shoot her?
Right. But I mean, at least they were gonna shoot at her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is she's on a big ship. You could go underneath it and shoot it. You could just shoot at the ship. They shoot directly at Ahsoka. Your goal is just to stop the ship. Why wouldn't you just shoot the ship?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So that stuff bothered me. But at the same time, I thought it was kind of cool, you know, when she was hitting all the stuff away. But it
Yeah.
bothered me that they didn't just shoot the ship. Like, I don't know
Yeah.
about you, but as soon as I saw that and I saw, like, all right, is she going to have to, like, run in front of the blast? No, they shoot
Right.
directly at Ahsoka.
Don't make it easy for her, guys. Come on.
Yeah. So that was that was something. But all in all now, since we've gone through all 3 episodes, again, I'm 50-50 on it. What I'm really interested in, and I've also been watching a lot of new Rockstars videos. If you don't know who they are, check them out. They're more positive about everything. They don't really say much negative stuff. I'm trying to keep it both, you know, what I see completely. This guy does a lot of research though on like everything. He does. And one of the things that they showed, and I remember it now, but it kind of had to bring it back to me, is that, do you remember in Rebels the World Between Worlds?
The episode sounds familiar. I just don't know what it.
So it's the episode where he actually goes like into like this black space.
Mm-hmm.
So first of all, I want to say that wolves are really present in this show, in general. Like wolves, like the animal, the wolf. Like the loathed wolves, remember, were like a big part in Rebels. Remember?
Yeah.
I remember when I don't know if you remember, but there's a part with the hands in that episode from the Mortis gods.
Yeah.
Remember that? What is it? It's this one, fist, and like kind of neutral.
Yeah.
He touches one of the hands, and then these wolves appear, right? And that opens up the door to the World Between Worlds.
Right.
So wolves are pretty present in this show, and I'm just kind of liking the mythology that's going on right now. It's pretty interesting to me. But also the Purgle. What I think is happening right now is that Thrawn isn't actually. They can't find Thrawn because he's not in their galaxy.
Right.
Or maybe not even in their timeline. You know what I mean?
Possibility.
It's possibility, right? That's the reason they can't find him. I don't know how he's communicating with her, Morgan Elsbeth, through another time or galaxy or whatever. That I don't know. But what I do think is that the reason that the Purgle are so present in this, and even in Rebels they were present, because the Purgle, those whale things, are what take him and Ezra to someplace else, right? And where they're at, Cetos, I think, is where their migration goes. I think that's how they get back and forth from one galaxy to another, is from Cetos to wherever this Peridia place is. And I think that's where Thrawn is.
Okay.
So I think it's pretty interesting. And again, this whole wolf theme is kind of cool. Like Shin and, Skull and Hati are actually like Greek. I think it's Greek mythology, or Norse mythology, that actually chased the moon. The 2 wolves that chased the moon to like create, you know, day and night. That's how they explained it. But I thought that was pretty cool. I think the story is interesting, and I don't know exactly where it's going. That's basically what I'm with it right now. That's why I'm kind of sticking with it. I mean, I'm gonna watch it either way, but that's what's actually keeping me interested. It's this whole like kind of what's happening between the lines thing.
Right. Well, we haven't seen any wolves in this show yet.
In this show, no, just the names, Skull and Hati. Those are the only things that I've heard so far.
Yeah, because I know we saw wolves in the Rebel show.
We did.
And I think they're always. I think the first one you see is near Ezra, right?
Yeah, I believe.
Yeah, it's always
and
like
that's
near
on
Ezra.
Lothal. Lothal seems to be the big part with the wolves. Yeah.
Yeah. So predictions. Or actually, before we get to that, how many episodes is this?
There's
showing?
8 episodes altogether, so we still have 5 to go.
Okay. So predictions.
I mean.
Okay, let's just do the big one. Do you think Ahsoka's gonna die?
No.
But
we'll see. Maybe. But I don't think she's gonna die, no.
I don't know. So I'm trying to think like this. I haven't read none of the Legends comics or whatever. But she is not, unless she just after this she like separates herself from the Force again, or cuts herself off. and I could be going in the wrong direction here, but she's not mentioned in the sequels at all. Actually, there's no Jedi except Luke
Yeah.
mentioned in sequels. Um, Even though I think they said in the last movie when Rey is like hearing all these voices, you hear everybody, every Jedi, even Ahsoka's voice, Mace Windu's, you hear everybody.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay,
In the final scene of episode 9, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I think about. Like you hear nothing about her in the sequels, but that doesn't mean like because have you noticed, and they're probably gonna do this for a long time. All these shows, Star Wars shows that are coming out,
Yeah.
they just stick with the OG and the prequels.
Right.
Like it's almost like the sequels don't exist. There hasn't been. Apparently, they are coming out with another movie with Rey.
Yeah. Supposedly. We'll see if
Apparently,
that
yeah,
actually
yeah.
happens.
And there's only been one show I've seen or that I know of that has to do with the sequels, and it's called Resistance. It's on Disney Plus.
Okay.
And I think it only has to do with like the Resistance fleet or the Resistance crew. I think Poe Dameron's in there, and it's supposed to be like right before episode 7, I guess.
Oh, okay.
And then I guess there's the game Star Wars Battlefront 2 that kind of tells you how the Force. It kind of gives, yeah, it actually mentions how the First Order was brought up, but it's like, okay, Ahsoka, she's not mentioned anywhere, but that could mean at the same time that she probably just disappears. She probably does mission complete. She's like, all right, I'm not gonna be part of this rebel no more, and just wanna just leave.
Could be that, or they could be that they just didn't plan ahead.
Right.
Could be that too. They could have just not even thought about it. I mean, you don't really you see a little bit of Ahsoka and Rebels, and that's really it. That's the only thing you've seen of her, and it since Clone Wars. And then they finally decided to do one more Clone Wars with her in it, for the final Order 66 to like kind of show her position on it.
Right.
And even in, she wasn't really that big of a part of Rebels, right?
She was.
She was a big part, like, because I feel like she wasn't in there for a long time, and then they got to like the last part, and then she was kind of a bigger part.
Yeah, I feel like she was a big part because she fought the Inquisitors. She went in that world between worlds and fought Vader.
Yeah.
And then you find out about that whole thing, like with the world between worlds is.
Yeah.
And I think at one point she said, "Yeah, you shouldn't have saved me" or something like that, or you should let me be. So I thought she was kind of important.
I don't want to say she wasn't important. I just feel like she wasn't in it that much.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Oh, she was important. I mean, yeah, for sure. She ran Fulcrum, or sorry, that was her. She ran that resistance thing or whatever.
Yeah.
That was going on.
So yeah. So you don't think she dies? I'm kind of thinking that she probably will.
Okay.
What do you think with the rest of the crew? What do you think about Sabine, Hera, Chopper?
It's so hard to see where this is going, because are they gonna bring Thrawn back from where he is, or are they gonna go to where he is and battle there? Because you haven't really seen, if you look at the previews, you've seen almost everything that they've shown now, and we're only on episode 3. I think the only thing we haven't seen is like Thrawn. The part where you see Thrawn, yeah, and the fight in the fight with Balin, right? And that's going to happen in the next episode, I think, because that's in the woods, because they sent assassins to go out there and try to kill him, to find him in the woods.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, I think there's just the battle in the woods that's left, and then just Thrawn, but you don't know where you're going to see him. It could be in Peridia, or it could be back in our galaxy. So I don't know. But again, this is what's kind of keeping me riveted. Like, it can go to several different places right now. It's not that predictable where the story's going to go to me. Some of the things that happen as they're happening are predictable. Like, as they happen, you're like, oh, this is probably going to happen. But where the story's going isn't predictable to me right now, which I like.
Do you think What do you think about Ezra? You think he's gonna make an appearance?
Yes.
I think
I think the fact that
that
they cast an actor just for that hologram, yes, I do.
I think I think what's gonna happen, or you said this is supposed to be after episode 6, Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
I just thought about something. What if I was originally gonna say this. I was gonna say that I think you're gonna see Ezra and I think you're gonna see Thrawn, but I think it's gonna be to where they're gonna make it. They're on their way back, but Ezra does something again, like, "Hey, no, like I have to do this in order to prevent this war."
Mm-hmm.
And he almost does like the same thing again, like to where he prevents himself and Thrawn from getting back into their galaxy.
Okay.
But what I was just thought about is that what if Thrawn is part of the reason why the First Order is made?
Okay.
Because Thrawn is always, well, from what I've read, he always has like he's always a step ahead,
Oh yeah.
and he has like a massive fleet. So what if he, like, while time has passed, he has made this massive fleet to get back
Certainly possible.
into this galaxy to make the First Order?
Yeah, he has the skills to do it. So,
Yeah.
you know, I don't see why that's that far fetched. To be honest, you're in a whole nother galaxy where no one knows who you are, and you have all these capabilities. You know that you can manipulate people. I mean, he's kind of like the Emperor a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Um, maybe not plans upon plans upon plans, but he's got plans upon plans.
Yeah. And I think they said I also read that when Thrawn met the Emperor, the Emperor introduced him to Vader, and he already knew that Vader was Anakin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
that
yeah,
was that in the books?
I think that was in the books. Yeah.
Okay.
The heir to the
Heir to the Empire.
heir to the Empire.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I heard about those books.
I think
I like Thrawn in Rebels. I thought he was a really cool character, and apparently, I think you told me this before. I just have such a hard time believing it, but apparently, he's way cooler in the books. Makes you really want to read the books.
Yeah, now that you said that, I can't remember if Tarkin was the same way too. Tarkin was like also like badass, but I know they definitely said Thrawn is way more monstrous. I forget the word. Just way better, way more evil in the books.
Okay.
But yeah, any more predictions you might have?
Any more predictions?
You think the Mandalorian is gonna make an appearance?
No.
No,
I don't think so. You never know though. Could, but probably not. I think that Sabine's gonna learn some Force stuff. I think maybe she'll find a different way to unlock it than traditional ways, because they keep talking about non-traditional Jedi and stuff like that. So maybe she'll find a different way to use it. I hope they don't make her like super OP.
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden she's just great. I wanted them to stick with she's not very good at it, but her combat skills are ridiculous. So it doesn't really matter as much.
Was it this one of these episodes where somebody was talking to Sabine or something like that about how easy the dark side power is, but there's like a downside to it or something like that?
Well, I know in the training session she got upset and it brought her some power, but she got tripped up because it's also easier to mess you up.
Right. So I was thinking about that. I was like,
it brings you power but loses focus, something like that.
Yeah, I wonder if Sabine, if that would happen to Sabine, like she'll kind of go over to the dark side real quick.
That'd be kind of interesting.
Because she needs that power, like right then and there. Like, I need to save Ezra. Or
she was already talking about in that episode too. She was like, because of our predicament, I was hoping that we could expedite, the training. And Ahsoka was like, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah. Right.
So.
Yeah.
We'll see though.
Cool. Yeah. I know you're 50-50. I'm more like 70-30. I'm liking it. I think it's better than Obi-Wan.
It's definitely better than Obi-Wan, and it's definitely better than Secret Invasion. I can say that right off the bat. I can.
I agree with you.
there are some interesting parts that are happening. Like I said, I really didn't give two shits after a while
Yeah,
about Secret Invasion. I just watched
it's
it just to
it's
watch it.
it's forgettable.
Yeah,
Secret Invasion. Every time I go to Disney Plus and I see the Secret Invasion icon, I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot that
yeah,
came
that
out.
show
Or
exists.
I forgot I watched that. Yeah,
That's the show that just ruined Nick Fury. Yeah, okay,
yeah.
great. But this show, like I said, some of the parts are dumb and some of the parts are really interesting to me.
Mm-hmm.
The story, especially though, is very interesting to me right now. Where it's going,
Mm-hmm.
Peridia, the whales, all that stuff is very interesting to me.
Yeah. Well, next these come out on Tuesdays, right?
Um, Tuesday or Wednesday.
I think it's I think it's Tuesday, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll see next Tuesday. This is when you say she fights Shin or she fights Morok
So I don't know if she fights them both, but I'm pretty sure she fights Shin
in the woods, right?
in the woods. Yeah.
Cool. Can't wait.
And
So
also
far,
Ahsoka should fight Balin.
yeah. So far, there's enough action in there for me.
Yeah.
It's keeping me satisfied. So I'm liking it so far.
Yeah.
But yeah, um, whoever's listening to this, tell us your thoughts. Are you guys enjoying Ahsoka so far? And what are your predictions? Please leave the comment below. And thank you for everybody who's subscribed. Sorry we haven't been putting out a lot of episodes so far, life stuff. But I guarantee you when we put out episodes, they'll be worth it. It'll be worth to listen to. Just keep sharing it, keep liking it, comment it, tell your friends about us. Listen to us on Spotify also. But yeah,
we'll try to keep it episode to episode from now on. At
right.
least while Ahsoka's out, we'll do our best. I promise.
Yeah, because we're enjoying this way better than Secret Invasion.
I will say that for sure. Like I said, I like the story. I do.
Yeah.
I'm very curious where it goes. I find it interesting that he may even be in another timeline, possibly, because she specifically said, Morgan Elsbeth, when they were in Cetos, said, Thrawn calls me across time and space. Not space and time. Time and space. So it's definitely possible.
Right. All right, guys. That's it for us for this episode. Once again, thank you guys. And I am Ron Deasy, and I got my boy here.
Mr. Awesome.
And we'll see you guys in the next episode.
Right.
Good night.
Later, guys.